Hi guys, Montel here. How you doing? Look, tough times we're in right this minute. Really tough times. And I know a lot of you out there are like me. You've been sitting around for the last couple of days watching this tsunami of news that just keeps coming at us with as much negativity as possible about this crisis that we're facing and humanity is facing. I got to tell you, I understand why so many out there are sitting at home right now as depressed as they can possibly be, thinking only about doom and gloom. But I got to tell you, it's not going to do us, the world, or anyone any good if we're not ready to bounce back when this thing stops. And to do that, we've got to take care of our personal emotional health. Now, a couple of years ago, I wrote a book that was called Living Well with Montel, Living Well Emotionally. And in that book, I outlined several tips on how you can really check in with yourself every single day and make sure that you're maintaining emotional health. You know me. I have suffered from depression because of my MS, and suffered from depression because of a stroke that I had a year and a half ago. And there were times that I thought, geez, man, life is just so tough. I wish I didn't have to deal with this. But then I realized that what good would it do if I wasn't here to share what I know with so many more people? And that's why I've continued to work as hard as I can to help keep everyone uplifted, feeling good about themselves, and recognizing that you can make a difference in how you feel emotionally every single day if you just work at it. Now, a lot of us are confined. A lot of us are staying inside. I'm staying inside. I'm not going out. I'm not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I think this evening, I and my wife will try to take a venture out at about 5 o'clock tonight and just go get some exercise, take a nice long walk. And that really is one of the most important things that we can all do for our emotional health. Now, I know they want you to practice really good, safe, personal space, and personal distance from other people. We want to practice that. But you can go outside and take a brisk walk. Nothing stops you from doing that right now. And you should try to do that as often as you possibly can. It's really important for your emotional health that you don't just sit around, lay around, just lay down on the couch and just watch TV and become more and more depressed. One of the tips that I had in my book, which is Living Well Emotionally, is a tip from a team of doctors who came up with a brand new, what they call happiness formula. And it was a way for you to be able to assess how you feel, but also a way for you to understand where your happiness comes from. And in that assessment, they determined that 50% of our happiness is something that's born into us genetically. Another 10% of what affects our happiness is all the circumstances around us, like what's going on right now. But a whopping 40% of how you feel, you can control every single second of the day. Every second. Instead of spiraling yourself down into an abyss, you can use good positive thoughts to spiral yourself right back up out of that abyss. You just have to try. Believe me, it works. If you take this one tip that I'm going to give you right now, just sit there for a second, listening to my voice, close your eyes, and remember a beautiful event in your life, whatever that event might be. You can remember, I don't know, when you graduated from high school, when you got married, when you had your first child. Remember something that was really beautiful to you. Focus in on it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about how you felt at those moments. Think about the smile that came to your face when you thought about those moments, when you were in the middle of those moments. Take a deep breath and continue to think about that, and think about that, and think about that. For that time, that will spiral you back out of that hole that you just worked yourself into by watching too much negative news. We all are in this together. Not one of us is in this by ourselves. And the more and more we work to maintain our own personal happiness, it'll become infectious. Those around you will see your happiness. Maybe for a second they may go, "What are you so happy about?" But then recognize that You made a decision to be that way, and they can do it too.